Hey, Heart Seekers, welcome back to the Heart's Hello Show, where we speak from the heart and for the heart. I am your host, Keona Talana, and today we're going to dive into something that isn't always loud, but is always life changing: the quiet shift. You know, those moments when you're not sure what's happening, but you feel different. You're not quite who you were yesterday, but you're not yet who you're becoming either. That in between space, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, the first thing is we need to identify the shifts because they don't always come with a bang. We expect transformation to be loud, like a big announcement or a grand moment, but sometimes it's subtle. It's not screaming, it's a whisper. One day, the old habits just feel uncomfortable. The old conversations don't land the same. The things that we used to say yes to now feel heavy. That's the shift. And it's okay if no one claps for it because you're clapping for yourself inside. So I need you to take a moment to reflect really quickly. Can you think of something you used to love or tolerate that no longer fits? That right there might be your quiet shift beginning. If this is your first time listening to the show, a couple of weeks ago, I shared that in the almost 2 years of putting out a weekly episode for this show, I didn't put out one. Now, I have put out episodes when I wasn't feeling my best. I have put out episodes where I may have or may not have forgotten to record an episode. And I dug deep enough to make sure that my commitment to each and every one of you all was fulfilled. This particular week, I didn't have it in me. I didn't even want to try to muster up the strength to find something to share with you all. Because as I've shared before, anything that I share on this platform, I myself am living. And that's the whole point in being authentic and being integral to who you are. And we will have so many coaches out here who don't live what they are talking about. You're not going to find that here because I'm going to raise my hand when you raise your hand. I'm going to tell on myself when I haven't shown up to be the best version of myself. I am going to tell on me before anyone else does. So for me to skip an episode, I just didn't have it in me. And I use that to share with you all that sometimes you just don't. And it's okay. But what I realized that I had to do, I needed to find why I was feeling that way. Because I'm the person that's always going to put their cape on. I'm always going to have a solution. I'm always going to strategize. I'm always going to find a way. And that particular week, I didn't want to. So I had to be self-aware enough to sit down, fast, pray, seek clarity on what is going on in this season. And what I realized is that what I need in this season is not the same as what I needed in a previous season. What pulled me through is not going to pull me through in this season. The version of myself that is emerging needs something more. But I also realized, you all, that I was going through the motions. See, I'm a very routine person. I'm going to wake up and do the same thing. I'm going to pretty much eat the same things throughout the week. I am a routine person. And so what I realized is that I had just been going through the motions. Yes, I may have been productive, but was I as productive as I should have been? Did I have all of the pieces necessary for the businesses that are being built? Or was I just kind of winging it? Because I'm good at that too. But I realized that when you're so good at so many different things, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I can wear a lot of different hats and still be good. What I realized though is it is okay to take off some of those hats and master what you need to master. And what I mean by that is in wearing so many different hats, you can be good at something, but that does not mean that you're great. You can be good at something, but does not mean that you are providing excellent service. And so in this season, I realized that yes, there are a lot of things that I can do on my own. But what if I had help? What if I had some individuals that I can rely on? What if I had people that I can share my ideas with and not feel like they're going to take it and run? What if I had to trust on a different level because what I'm preparing and how I need to show up and how I need to serve is going to require not just me. And so in this season, there's a different level of me that needs to emerge, but also the routine that I was so used to and being able to check off those boxes is not going to get it in this season. And sometimes it's that quiet shift that we need where we're sitting there and we're trying to figure out how did I get here and what is it that I need to do in order to move forward. It's in those moments where you have to pay attention to the signs. See, the sign for me was that I didn't feel like it. And that's not me. So for you, what are the signs that you're changing and how do you lean into it? For some of you, it may be that you're craving solitude and maybe your peace has become a non-negotiable. Maybe you're realizing that being understood is less important than being aligned. And once you recognize what the change is, you're now needing to lean into it. So you're going to have to give yourself permission to change. You're going to have to realize that you cannot rush clarity, and sometimes you just have to let it unfold. You're realizing also that you need to surround yourself with people who see you becoming and not just your past. See, I had to give myself permission to change. I had to give myself permission to recognize that the routine that I had that got me here is not going to be the routine that is going to get me to where I needed to go or where I am going. That there are going to be some sleepless nights. There are going to be some times when I have to dig in a little more. There are going to be some times that are going to require just a little more of me. And I had to give myself permission to that. I had to realize that sometimes the clarity that we're always looking for. See, I'm the person that's going to ask why. I'm the strategist. So I'm trying to always find the solution. And sometimes it just has to unfold. Sometimes it's just going to be that patience that you're going to have to exhibit. Because it's not like just being able to go to the microwave and press 30 seconds and then it's going to be ready. It's going to take a minute. And as I shared, just being able to trust people enough to share with them what exactly I'm working on and asking for help. What do you think about this? Is this something that I should proceed with? And just because you share that information and you ask for opinions and you're looking for a different level of or a perspective other than your own, doesn't always mean that you're going to go with it, but you have been given another alternative to how you can do it, when you should do it, with who you should do it. You're not going to run this multi-million-dollar company by yourself. And that's okay. It is okay. So when you feel the change in silence, like shifting how you show up, shifting new boundaries or setting new boundaries, you're going to have to be honest and vulnerable, but always bring it back to the hope. Always recognizing where you're getting ready to go. Always look at the goals that you have set. Always know that you are striving towards the best version of yourself, knowing that this is who you are. This is who you're becoming. And in each season, there's going to be a different you that is going to emerge. For some, the fear of becoming unrecognizable is hard, but it's real. So you may worry, what if they don't recognize me anymore? But here's the truth. You becoming isn't for their comfort. It's for your calling. So yes, some people may fall away, but the right ones, they'll evolve with you or make room for the new version of you. And I had to recognize for me that it is okay if everyone can't go. That it is okay to be uncomfortable in a season. That it is okay that this calling, this purpose, and what I am now calling my assignment is sometimes uncomfortable. Because let me tell you, walking in purpose sometimes means that you're walking alone, but then in walking in that purpose, you're walking outside of your comfort zone. You're walking with people that don't recognize the gifts that you have. You're walking in a season where one season you knew everything, and in this season you're learning it all again. Or maybe there are some areas that you need to unlearn and relearn. But whatever it is, do not pick up fear of becoming unrecognizable. Do not be afraid of who you are becoming, because this is what you said that you wanted when you signed up for being the true and authentic version of yourself. When you decided that self-doubt was no longer going to have hold of you. When shame was no longer going to have hold of you. When imposter syndrome was no longer going to have control of you. When you decided that you wanted to be the best version of yourself that you could be, not just for you, but for everyone that is connected to you, for the assignment that you have been called to. See, growth will always cost you something, but staying the same will cost you more. So as we conclude this week, if you're in that quiet shift right now, I want you to know that I see you. That you don't need to explain it. You don't need to rush it. You just need to honor it. So I'm going to ask you to do something for me. DM me the word becoming on Instagram if this spoke to you in your season, because I'd love to connect with you and hear your story. And if this episode moved you, share it with someone else who might be in their own quiet shift too. And let's normalize becoming quietly, boldly, and beautifully. This has been the Heart's Hello Show. Until next time, speak from your heart, trust your shift, and give yourself permission to grow.